Hey, what's up? Brad is here. I'm just going to do a simple bit of code to get an object or a glue group to follow the rider. And it's really simple to do. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to get something really simple out to begin with. Where are we? We'll get a drain pipe. For some reason, I always use a drain pipe for whatever reason. So we want the drain pipe to follow the rider. I'm going to go into our tools, and under common you've got physics. We're going to come down here and get a physics joint, and basically what a physics joint does, it ties one object to another, whether it be following a spring, a slider. You'll see what I mean, even hinges. But let's get this show on the road. We want to marry this to the bike and rider so it follows along. So on the physics joint, press up on the D-pad, and we're going to go point to points. The preset doesn't matter. Basically, if it's soft, it'll have a bit of bounce when it's following the rider, not a great deal. If it's hard, it'll try and stay as rigid as possible. Okay, I'm going to leave this as soft. I'm just going to click advanced. I don't know if I need the advanced properties. We'll look at that as we go, but I'm going to click advanced on the properties anyway. May not need them. So select targets. It doesn't matter which way you do this round, but select target 1. I'm just going to click the rider. In fact, I'm going to click the rider's head. There are different parts of the body you can select if you so choose, or parts of the bike. I'm going to select the rider's head, and object 2 is going to be this. It's going to be the drain pipe. Now, on the drain pipe, we need to enable physics. If you do not have physics enabled, you will not be able to move. You'll be kind of stuck there. So enable physics on the item you want following the bike and rider. So if we click test now, hold on, we need to be able to see it, don't we? Let me just get out a custom camera. If you want to see it working, if you go to advanced camera settings, users game camera, you'll be able to see it working if you're using a game camera, and you see it's following the rider, but it's really, really soft. What we're going to do to combat that is we come into the physics joint, and firstly we'll click hard, and you might be able to see a difference. See, it doesn't bounce round as much. It tries to keep its form as much as possible. So that's with hard. However, when we go to down here, joint strength, what we can do is we can move this up and down. The more joint strength there is, the more rigid it'll be when trying to follow the rider. So joint strength 50, preset set to hard, it should try and stay in place as much as possible. Oh, I lied. But that's because it's got weight. And you can actually tell it's got weight when you're riding. So we can combat that as well. In the object itself, we've enabled physics. If we go down to advanced physics, firstly, we take the mass down to 0. Well, to 0.1. It's still got mass though, so it will change the ride a little bit. But now, as you can see, it's there. It's following me. And because the joint strength is hard and physics joint set to 50, it will try and stay in place as much as possible. What else we can do is, because we've got that 0.1 and we've got friction, we're going to have a little bit of drag and pull on it. So we're going to set the friction down to 0. We're going to disable global dampening. Restitution doesn't really matter. But I'm going to set that down to 0 anyway. Buoyancy, if it floats, are you going to be going underwater or not? If you're going underwater and you want it to float, have it 100. If you don't want it to float, send it down to 0. We are going to disable world gravity, because if by disabling world gravity, it won't pull down to the floor. Object gravity 0. Physics type, do you want it to collide with something? I'm just going to put it as decoration only. Collision sound, well, do you want it to make a sound when it passes through something? Well, because we set it decoration only, sound won't make a difference, so we'll just disable that. It might save a little resource. Fast object, yes, we do want this to be a fast object. You'll read in the comment there, select whether object is going to move at high velocity. This object prevents objects from passing through other objects, but does slow down performance. But come to think of it, actually no. We're not gonna have it as a fast object because it's decoration only, so it doesn't matter if it passes through other objects. And reset position at checkpoint start. That's neither here nor there. So now it's going to be what we're going to do. We're just going to move this forward. We're going to get rid of this game camera. And now you can see it is perfectly on the rider's head. You're always going to have little bits of issues, but it's decoration only. So as you can see, it'll pass through the ground. So there's a little bit about having something follow the rider. Just to go over it quickly. Physics joint, point to point. Soft or hard, depends on how much you want it to kind of bounce out of position. Don't really think you need the advanced. What did I change? I didn't change anything in advance, so we'll leave that as simple. Target 1 is one object. I chose the rider. And target 2, the object that's going to be following. It doesn't matter which way round you do this. Keep in mind, when you select the rider or the bike, you can select different parts of the rider and the bike. What else have we got? Your joint strength. If you have it as 1, well, if you want it to have a little bit of freedom behind you, let's put it down to, say, 25. It's going to have a little bit of freedom when it's following. Not a great deal. Maybe slow that down a bit more. And because of joint strength, because the joint's quite close, it's going to have less freedom anyway. So let's take that down to about, I don't know, 10. And it'll have a bit of bounciness to it. Hard to tell really, because I've disabled world gravity, but there is like a little bit of bounce to it there now. And I think that's about it. The rest of the stuff you do in the item itself under enable physics, advanced physics, take the mass right down, take the friction right down, disable global dampening, restitution, bounciness of the object. I don't think that makes a difference. I'll stick it as 100. Whether it's going to float in water or not is your buoyancy. Disable the world gravity or it'll create weight and drag. If you want the object to pass through stuff or not, decoration only. And I disabled collision sound just in case it created any performance issues, which shouldn't really make a difference anyway, but I disabled it. So that was a quick overview of what's there. And I've got something following me. It's that simple. And it'll work with glue groups as well. So if you want multiple items following you, you can't group them, you've got to glue them. So let's just get another one out. If I select both of those and group, and I'll test that, you'll see it's not following. If I select both of these and glue them, What's happened now is something different. They are there, and they're both following. I didn't disable wait on the other one, but yeah. If you want glue groups, if you want multiple items to follow you, it's got to be as a glue group. That's it from me. I've been over 10 minutes. Go and do some stuff in the editor. Bye for now.